The World Economic Forum is to make the world more resilient, fair, and more inclusive.
You've probably heard about the Great Reset, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and the infamous line, "You will own nothing and be happy," that is being promoted by the World Economic Forum and its leader, Klaus Schwab, who some see as a man that is committed to improving the state of the world. But what does this actually look like? They seem to preach a world full of prosperity and inclusion, but the more I looked at this utopia they paint, the more I found that we are all heading down a very scary path. A path of complete government
We
control.
have to prepare for a more angry world.
A path where the idea of privacy is completely gone.
A world where we don't have privacy anymore.
And most importantly, a path where our body is infused into a technological system like you will never believe.
To hack millions of people.
So here's a warning. You need to get ready for
The Great Reset.
Reset.
Being a great reset.
First, a quick recap on the World Economic Forum, or the WEF. They are an international organization that brings together all of the most influential and powerful people in the world to discuss issues that they think are holding humanity back. Currently, their members rank among the top politicians, business owners, billionaires, and even celebrities. But what is concerning about the WEF is their influence over governments around the world, putting people who are a part of their organization in positions of power, creating a sort of global government run by them. And what is just as concerning is that their leader Klaus Schwab and the other members of the World Economic Forum have never been elected by anyone, yet they are shaping our future. So what does that future actually look like? It all starts with the WEF's most tame prediction: money. We need money! The World Economic Forum sees cash as risky and is urging that there needs to be a new alternative. What is this alternative? You're looking at what's called a central bank digital currency, or CBDC for short. These are a digital version of your country's dollar and uses the same technology as cryptocurrency. This digital dollar will of course be completely controlled by your government and offers the world some interesting benefits, like an increase in efficiency for payments, convenience, alternative credit, and that it can reach more people at a far lower cost, allowing people to capture opportunities, which all sounds absolutely amazing at surface level. But of course there are more benefits that they don't mention. And this is where the story takes a turn for the worst. I want to introduce you to Alexei Zabyokhin, Russia's deputy governor of the central bank. He is in a meeting run by a company closely related to the WEF, discussing how Russia plans to use their currently in development CBDC.
The digital ruble will exist in the form of uniquely identifiable units. This will permit better traceability of payments and money flow, and also explore the possibility of setting conditions on permitted terms of use of a given unit of currency.
Alexei then continues on to say that this money could be programmable in thousands of different ways. This begs the serious question of, is this even your money anymore? If every single dollar is trackable and programmable, this means the ones managing it, aka your government, are gaining an increasingly large amount of power over you and how you spend your money. This creates a lot of terrifying possibilities when it comes to the use of CBDCs. But what makes this story even worse is that very soon you will most likely be using them, with countries like Nigeria, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and a handful of Eastern Caribbean countries already having fully launched CBDCs. Not to mention countries like Russia, China, India, Ukraine, and 10 other countries are currently in the testing phase looking for full rollouts in the near future. In total, there are over 100 countries around the world that are actively researching and developing this technology. So it's safe to say that CBDCs will probably be coming to you within the next decade. But what makes this whole CBDC thing more terrifying is that the central banks are currently designing their digital currencies around digital IDs, which is what the next World Economic Forum prediction is. Our current identities can entail many things about us, like date of birth, citizenship, passport numbers, etc. But the World Economic Forum seems to think there will be far more information than that in your digital identity. And it looks something like this. This is your new digital identity according to the World Economic Forum. You will need one if you want to travel, access your social media, use healthcare services, shop online, own or use a device, and it will even monitor how much energy you are consuming. But it doesn't stop there. The WEF even goes as far as saying this digital identity determines what products, services, and information we can access, or conversely, what is closed off to us. It looks like every part of your existence will be tracked using digital IDs. With all this information in the hands of big corporations and your government, the ability to control your access and therefore you becomes very, very easy, which they will most definitely abuse as they have in the past. But does convenience and efficiency make up for how much power the governments will have over you? Well, according to Kenya, it doesn't. With their digital ID that has been in development coming to a halt due to the High Court ruling it as illegal because of citizens' privacy being at risk in the hands of their government. Unfortunately, they are the minority of the world, with countries like Australia, United Kingdom, and Canada actively pursuing a digital ID system. In fact, Canada is teaming up with the WEF to develop theirs. I'd also like to mention that for those of us who are not particularly interested in a digital ID, the World Economic Forum has something to say to you. Those who can use it to their advantage stand to reap transformative benefits. Those who cannot face the risk of being left behind. It seems as though this unofficial government is less making predictions and is more telling us what will happen in the future. But everything I've just talked about is nothing compared to what I'm about to show you. And it all starts with how you may be carrying your digital identity. So I want to introduce you to the WEF's next prediction called the Internet of Bodies.
I always want to be a cyborg. I'm waiting for the day to become one.
Are implanted just under the surface of the skin.
This Internet of Bodies is absolutely crazy and is going to turn you into a hack. Wait. Before we get onto the juicy stuff, there is something very, very important I need to show you first. This is Eleanor Powells, an AI specialist speaking about what this Internet of Bodies looks like and how it will be used in the future.
It's a pervasive general purpose technology that will be used in all of our industries. What I wanted to epitomize with the Internet of Bodies is this notion that we will be under assessment, we will be under measure of computation in every aspect of our lives in the future. From what you eat, who you date, what you buy on the internet, how much energy you use, but also what kind of specific genetic quirks do you have?
Okay, yes, you heard that correctly. This Internet of Bodies is fusing us with technology in a way she described as
pervasive,
which is a huge understatement considering that she said that every aspect of our lives will be measured all the way down to our genes. And how is that going to happen? Well, it looks like this. We are talking depression headsets, microchip implants, UV monitors, electronic pills, fertility measurement devices, and even artificial pancreases. This Internet of Bodies is what Klaus Schwab is talking about when he says things like,
It's a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities.
The World Economic Forum has shown that it is very interested in this concept of the Internet of Bodies, stating that after the Internet of Things, which transform the way we live, travel, and work by connecting everyday objects to the internet, it's now time for the Internet of Bodies. But it gets more terrifying, with the World Economic Forum wanting to transform the human body into a new tech platform, eventually being able to collect users' biological and behavioral data on a regular basis. What is going on? What could they possibly want with monitoring your entire body? They already track your money and every other aspect of your life. What do they get from tracking what's going on in here. I'm going to leave that explanation to who some would see as one of the most evil men in the world, Yuval Harari, Klaus Schwab's right-hand man.
And identify the coronavirus epidemic as the moment when a new regime of surveillance took over, especially surveillance under the skin, is this ability to hack human beings, to go under the skin, collect biometric data, analyze it, and understand people better than they understand themselves.
This is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my entire life. People hack computers, not other humans. A world where we are completely controlled by being hacked is not a world I think anyone should want to live in. But we aren't done just yet. Yuval also mentions how this can be used in the worst way imaginable.
Just imagine North Korea in 20 years, when everybody has to wear a biometric bracelet which constantly monitors your blood pressure, your heart rate, your brain activity, 24 hours a day. You listen to a speech on the radio by the great leader, and they know what you actually feel. You can clap your hands and smile, but if you're angry, they know you'll be in the gulag tomorrow morning.
If that doesn't make you absolutely terrified for the future, I'm not sure what will. Every aspect of our being will be controlled and tracked. All of this is pointing to a social credit-esque system, which if you want to know more about, you need to watch this video here, where I show you the power of facial recognition, mass surveillance, and the social credit system. Like, comment, subscribe, go follow my Twitter in the description. Love y'all, peace.